Hello good people, welcome back to my channel. Happy 2020. Today I wanted to do a fun foundation comparison video. I haven't done one in a while. If you guys have watched my 2019 favorites video or my full face of favorite makeup, this is my holy grail foundation and it is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It is just my go-to for event. It makes my skin look so nice. It gives perfect coverage and it photographs beautifully and it's just one of my holy grail foundations. Recently I picked up the McGrath Lab Skin Fetish Sublime Foundation. After trying it out a few times, I was really impressed by it and I found myself comparing it to my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I wanted to do a wear test to see how the two would compare. These are both higher end foundations and they're priced pretty high at Sephora, so I'm going to put them on, do a wear test, and see how they compare at the end of the day. So if you all are interested, first make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me. I post a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to put both of these foundations to the test. I'm going to go ahead and put the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk on this side of my face and the Pat McGrath on this side of my face. My favorite way to apply foundation lately has been using a brush and then using a sponge for the final blend. I will be using my favorite Artiste brushes. I have two of the same brushes, so I'm going to use one for my Luminous Silk and then one for my Pat McGrath. The Armani Luminous Silk Foundation retails for $64 at Sephora. It is a 1 ounce container and I have the shade 6.5. On Sephora's website it says, "This is an award-winning oil-free foundation that delivers medium buildable coverage and a luminous finish that leaves skin looking naturally flawless." I love this foundation because it just makes my skin look so unreal. It gives the perfect amount of coverage and like I said, it just photographs so beautifully. Anytime I'm going to an event or I just want to use a foundation that I know always works, I love Luminous Silk. Pat McGrath foundation retails for $68, so it's a tiny bit more expensive, but in my opinion, I think the packaging of the Pat McGrath is so much more beautiful, but some people just don't really care about that. On Sephora's website, it says it is a long-wearing, customizable foundation that builds from sheer to medium coverage in a wide range of universal hues that manifest the ultimate sublime skin standard. Wow. Each side just has one layer on. First impression is the Pat McGrath is a little bit more liquidy than the Giorgio Armani is. The Pat McGrath shade is a little bit more yellow, and as you can see up here, it's a smidge too light for me. They both give very similar finishes. I only use one pump each side, but I want to do another pump and see how they build up. Okay, so I just put on the second layer and blended everything out with the sponge. Both of the foundations build it up really nicely. Looking in the mirror, you really cannot tell a difference between the both sides. I took a picture with and without flash, and even in pictures, you cannot tell a difference. If we want to be super nitpicky, it almost looks like the Pat McGrath side has an itty bitty amount of flashback, but that might also be because the foundation is slightly lighter than the Giorgio Armani one. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the finished effect with all the makeup on. I actually love the way that the eye makeup came out. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for the rest of the day. It is about 3:30. I finished putting on my face makeup around 2, so I'm gonna check in after about 8 or 9 hours and see how the two sides compare. So I'll see you guys later. Hello friends, so it is now, I didn't bring my phone with me, my Fitbit died, so I actually don't know what time it is. 1 second please. It is about 7 o'clock, so I have now worn both of these foundations for about 5 hours. Up close, they look really, really good. There's not even any type of noticeable difference that I can see. So after this amount of wear, I normally like to kind of just blot and touch up my face. But as you can see, both foundations just look really good. There isn't any cakiness or any area where the foundations have worn off. My skin just looks really healthy. All the makeup that I've applied on top has stayed on, and so I'm just really impressed with the way that both of them wear. So I will report back and I will see you guys in a few hours. Hello friends, welcome back. So it is now 12:15. I've now had on these foundations for 10 hours. I feel like that is a sufficient wear time. I did a couple unboxings. There's a pillow up there somehow, but you know what? We're here for a good time, not a long time. I wanted to touch base and show you guys how the foundation looks up close. I just look so greasy. Like, I have such oily skin that I like to blot every 3 or 4 hours, so this is just a mess to me. I was watching You on Netflix. Brand and I have been obsessed and we've been binge watching it so much, and so I was like stressed and kind of touching my face a little bit, so some of the contour has kind of worn off on the side, but that's just purely because I was touching my face. The Pat McGrath almost looks like it's a little bit more oily than the Giorgio Armani side. It's just like very, very slight. Like, you could see around here there's a little bit more oil versus over here it looks a tiny bit more satiny. It's not a huge deal, but I think the two of them are very, very comparable. As you see on the Pat McGrath side, my contour, blush, everything really stayed on so nicely. There hasn't been any like breaking up around my mouth area or my nose area where normally makeup breaks up really badly. Also, side note, I thought of blotting my face at the very, very end of this video, so I'm just going to insert some clips of how my makeup looks after blotting. This is how the foundation looks. Obviously, it looks like there has been a little bit of wear. Right here, it looks a tiny bit cakey, but everywhere else, the foundation still looks really, really good, especially considering that it's been worn for 10 hours. End of the day review, I am such a fan of both. Giorgio Armani is a smidge cheaper by like a couple $, but if that's important to you. But Pat McGrath foundation also has such a wide range of shades, so if that's something where if you have difficulty finding your shade and you want to support something like that, I think the Pat McGrath foundation is amazing. Packaging is also so stunning, so I think with the two prices being so close and both of the foundations wearing almost identically, and so I want to say I like the Pat McGrath foundation a little bit more, which is so surprising to me. I never would have thought that any foundation would have beat my Luminous Silk. I have foundation on my light box, but the proof is in the pudding. This is how my face looks end of the day. I am so excited to wash my face, go to bed, and I hope you all enjoyed this little review. I also did film a 2019 favorites roundup video and a full face of 2019 favorites, so I'll go ahead and put those two videos here if you guys want to check those out. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you like videos like this and you want to see more. Let me know down in the comments what you'd like to see next, if there's any foundations you guys would like me to review or compare. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!